Good morning. Welcome to Virtual Pathday. Right now, this session is for RIC transfer for business economics and data analysis. And I'm going to turn it over right away to Lucy from RIC, who will lead us through this session. Go right ahead, Lucy.
Great, thank you. And my name's Lucy Saunders. I'm an assistant director in the admissions office at Rhode Island College. I work primarily with transfer students. So my piece of the presentation is just going to be general college knowledge, information about programs available, just to give you a better idea of the college in general. So Rhode Island College is composed of 5 different schools: the School of Education, School of Nursing, School of Social Work, School of Business, and our Faculty of Arts and Sciences. We do have over 90 different majors and programs. We have about 8,500 students, a little more than 8,500. And we do have programs in bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, as well as a few doctorate degrees as well. I've included some information about our 5 schools. School of Education, we did start as a normal school, which is a school primarily for education back in 1854. So you'll find a very wide breadth of education-based majors, from early childhood education all the way through secondary education, art, music, physical, health education. So wide variety of education majors at the bachelor's, master's, as well as a doctorate in education as well. School of Nursing is one of the more popular programs on our campus. The bachelor's degree will lead you to RN licensure, and we did have a pass rate of 100% in 2018 and 2019, and we are consistently above 95% as far as pass rate on that RN licensure exam with our students. If you want to move on from RN licensure, you can participate in one of our master's programs for nurse practitioner, certified nurse anesthetist, acute care, and then we also have a doctorate in nursing practice as well, which would be the next step beyond the master's. We do have a School of Social Work, the bachelor's degree program, as well as the master's program, and we do have an advanced standing for students who do complete the bachelor's program. It works out to just about a 5-year master's program. Faculty of Arts and Sciences would be all of our liberal arts-based majors, humanities, sciences, our pre-medical programs, pre-law. So those are all encompassed within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. And then most relevant to this session today, the School of Business. I did put some tidbits regarding the School of Business. We do have a well-established internship program. They do very much stress kind of building your resume as part of the undergraduate process. So there's options to obtain a Bloomberg certification within the School of Business. They do run their own career and internship fairs specific to the School of Business, in addition to the ones that are already administered through our Office of Career Development on our campus. And then for students in our accounting-based majors, we do have excellent records of success on those professional exams like CPA and CMA. They consistently rank nationally, test takers, and then also beyond some of the other more established business programs in the area. So our students do very well. Just to show you a couple of our buildings on campus, in the bottom left is going to be our School of Education, which is due to be completed in 2021. Top right are our nursing facilities. And then for the School of Business majors, general education is typically taken in these 2 halls on the top left. Gage Hall, which is a primary arts and sciences building, and then Craigley Hall, which are both off of our main quad. One of the things that I love about how they've redone these buildings is they've had a lot more they've incorporated a lot more communal spaces. So areas where students, whether you be commuter or on campus, can congregate, have their study sessions, do their work outside of the library if they want to, or just kind of hang out in between classes. So lots more communal spaces on campus, which I think is wonderful. I've listed some popular majors on campus and newer majors within the School of Education, within health sciences. Relevant to this area are going to be new majors in data science. And then also, we do have a healthcare administration major, which is management within the healthcare field, which is relatively new to this college. We do have a couple of bachelor's to master's programs, which are one-year add-on. Healthcare administration is one of them, as well as justice studies, mathematical studies, psychology, and English. We talked a little bit about real world preparation. One of the things that's great about our college is that while we do have a graduate program, it is relatively small in relation to other schools, which means that undergraduates get a lot of opportunities to work hand in hand with faculty, whether it be research, any other activities. We also have faculty as your primary academic advisor. So this gives you another layer, not just for helping you select your classes, but also information on internships, how you might want to tailor your education based on what you want to do with your degree. These faculty members are already scholars in their field, so they can help you with all of that, not just selecting your courses. We do have a number of study abroad and what we call national student exchange opportunities, which is exchange within North America. Study abroad would be outside of that. We mentioned internships, and then also even our general education program is geared towards real world preparation. It incorporates aspects where we looked at our general business community, gained feedback from them in constructing this general education program. They came back to us with essential skills like communication skills, writing in your area of study, knowledge of a second language. These are all incorporated in our general education curriculum, and they were deemed as marketable and necessary skills by people that we consulted within the professional community. Academic opportunities for students. So we do have a number of academic scholarships for students. We try to gear most of our financial aid around need-based, and about 80% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, but I did want to highlight the academic scholarships that we have available as well. We do have a college honors program. It is open to transfer students, minimum 3.5 GPA, and depending on when you're transitioning, whether you've already achieved your associate's degree or you're coming to us a little bit sooner, there are two components to it: general education honors and then departmental honors, which is working hand in hand with a faculty member in your major to develop a senior project, presentation, research. We do have a presidential scholarship for transfer students. It is only available to students coming in the fall, and this deadline here is actually for freshmen. For transfer students, you would have to have an application into us by February 1st to be considered for the presidential. Again, 3.5 GPA or higher. For those of you who have parents or grandparents that are And then we also have the Transfer Scholar Award, which is a combination of academic achievement, so minimum 3.25 GPA, and then also demonstrated financial needs. So you would have to complete a FAFSA for them to determine eligibility for the Transfer Scholar Award. There are other major-based and talent awards available to students. So if you're thinking about majoring in something like art or music, there are talent awards available. And then once you establish a GPA at RIC within certain majors, there's sometimes additional academic aid available. How to apply to RIC? The first year would only be relevant to transfer students if you have fewer than 24 credits completed at CCRI. The transfer is probably more relevant to students in this group, but I did just want to show students, if you do have fewer than 24 credits, you would be evaluated based on your high school record, which requires the common application, the essay that's included, transcripts from your high school, a counselor recommendation. SAT, we're being super flexible with this year. We're hopefully working towards a test blind policy. But if testing centers were closed or anything like that, we don't require you to submit SAT as part of this first year. If you have 24 credits or more, you would fill out the transfer common application. Same website, you just select transfer rather than first year. If you do have 24 credits or more, we do not need your high school information, just official transcripts from all your colleges attended. In addition, you do not have to complete the common application essay, and you do not have to get recommendations. You can if you want to, but they are not required. Requirements for transfer admission would be a minimum 2.0 GPA. And applications for the fall would be due June 1st, and then for spring applications, December 15th. Again, we are super flexible with students during this time. So if you have any questions, or if you think you might have trouble meeting those deadlines, please contact our office. We are more than willing to work with you if you're not able to meet the deadlines, or you're having trouble getting any of the information you need for your application. One of the things that I did want to mention as well is when you file your application for admission, make sure you check the email that you indicated on your common application. You're going to get login information for the Rhode Island College website, where you can check the status of your application for admission, see if we've received your transcript, so that you can know the status throughout this process. Once you are accepted, you'll be able to check your financial aid on that website. If you do decide to come to Rhode Island College, you can pay your enrollment deposit on that website. And then once you've enrolled with us, it becomes a Rhode Island College student account. So you can check your email, you can register for your orientation session, you can register for classes, everything that a current student can do. So it is important that you keep an eye out for that login information. After enrollment, you'd be attending orientation. It does look like for spring, it would most likely be online as it was in the fall, which is a series of modules that are gone through at your own pace, so self-paced modules, and then major specific advising. So it is broken up by your area of academic study. They have other little bells and whistles that they throw in there to help you get the social aspect prior to coming to campus, speaking with our orientation leaders and advisors within our Office of Academic Advising. That's my piece of it. So then let me turn it over to Sarah, who will go through the more specific academic information regarding this cluster.
Thank you, Lucy. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sara Reilly. I'm an academic advisor in the Office of Academic Advising at Rhode Island College, and my primary function is as a transfer advisor, so helping students from CCRI, as well as students from Bristol Community College, transfer over to RIC. So what I would like to do today is present you your options within this business, economics, and data sciences pathway. So there's a couple of different ways that you can access the academic program information at Rhode Island College. I want to start by showing you, so Lucy mentioned our college is divided into schools. So I want to show you the two different schools that these business, economics, data majors live in. So I'm going to go up here. This is the Rhode Island College website, ric.edu. I'll show you the Future Students tab. So this is the gray tab up at the top. So there's a lot of great information here about learning more about RIC as a whole. So eventually, a little later on, I'm going to show you the majors and programs link, but I'm actually going to move over to the Current Students tab, because this is where kind of the listing by school lives. So I'm just in the Current Students tab under Academic Resources. The very first link is Academic Advising. Now, as Lucy mentioned, we have a faculty advising model here at the college, which means that if you have a declared major, you will be advised by a faculty member within your major. So in the sidebar here for students, we're going to click that, and then list of department chairs and program directors. Now, why I think this page is particularly useful is not only does it provide at a glance the programs within each school, that division, but you'll see that for each program listed, you have a direct contact. So you're given either the program director or the department chair, their name, their email address. There are also phone numbers provided, as well as the programs that are within that department, if there are any additional programs. So there's a couple of kind of data-driven majors within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. So I'm going to give you a brief tour. We have the Computer Science and Information Systems Department. So Lisa Bain is the chair. Her contact information is below. So at a glance, if you're interested in learning more about our computer science or computer information systems offerings, then you can give Professor Bain a call or send her an email. I would greatly encourage you to reach out to the department chairs of the majors that you're interested in. They're always willing to talk to prospective students, and many of them, so Lisa is one of the professors that I do work closely with in providing information and participating in events for CCRI students. So very transfer-friendly campus, I will say that. There's a couple of different programs listed in this department. So there's computer information systems, computer science. So you can learn more about the academic requirements, what courses are part of the program, by visiting each department's website. You'll find contact information is always in the top right-hand sidebar of each department's webpage, as well as their general location on campus. Other useful information in the left-hand sidebar for each department, you'll find faculty listings, advising guides, all of course descriptions, different kinds of course offerings, but also say you're thinking about computer science, but you're not quite sure yet. Most departments have some sort of vision or learning outcomes, goals for their programs that will give you a better idea of where they're focused, what can you get out of this degree. So if you find that the goals for these programs fit your personal goals for your career or personal mastery, then this may be worth pursuing further, getting more information from the department chair, finding more about the website, connecting with career services, either at CCRI or at Rhode Island College, and doing a little more investigation. Most department pages will also have information about internships. So you'll see there's courses associated with an internship. So you'll receive college credit for participating in the internship for computer science, for computer information systems. You can learn more about that there. As Lucy mentioned, experiential learning like internships is one of our pride and joys at Rhode Island College. We've really created experiential learning processes for our students. And you'll also find some scholarship information available on most department web pages. So in this department, there's a couple of different kinds. There's particular scholarships or awards, as well as honors societies. So this is the Computer Information Systems department. I'll make my way back. This actually, I'll take fewer clicks if I go back in this way. Here we are. So that was the computers side. So that might be, for those of you thinking more data-driven measures. We also have in our mathematical sciences department, this is where our new data science major lives. Right? So this is pretty brandy new for us. And it's combining some mathematical science programs along with computer science and computer information systems courses. So this is a Bachelor's of Science in Data Science. Brand new on the campus, and for more information, you can contact Professor Rebecca Sparks, who is the Department of the Mathematical Science Chair. Okay, so her information is in the top right corner. So those are the two majors within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences that are geared towards this pathway, or that may be of interest for you on this business, etc. pathway. But we do have a dedicated School of Business. So let's find them here. Okay, so we have a School of Business. We have accounting, economics and finance, healthcare administration, international business, and management and marketing. So you'll see that there are some specifics. So for economics and finance, for instance, you can go directly to either the econ or the finance requirements. Contact information is directly provided here as well. So same thing, say you want to visit the accounting department, we'll find out a little bit more about their programs. Okay, what their honors program is like, internship information, scholarships and awards. There's a student group on campus. Okay, so you'll find actually a lot of the School of Business majors have specific student clubs and organizations geared towards networking in that field. So there's some really useful information here as well. And if you're thinking of, right, after the bachelor's, if you're already thinking about master's and other kinds of certifications, most departments, you'll have that information under their program listing. So you'll see here, there's information on our master's level programs for accounting here as well. Right? So that's a quick way to see how, different majors and programs are organized under either the School of Business or the Arts and Sciences. If you're just looking for a quick way to access what courses are required in this major, then I would suggest, there's a couple different ways that you can go through it. So if you go back to the Future Students tab, so this is the link at the top, you can drop down to Academic Programs, Majors and Programs. It's actually probably going to be the easiest way because then you'll get to see the different kinds of information that you can access on our site. So if you click on Majors and Programs, we're taken to a list, an alphabetized list of all of the majors on campus. So these are not divided by school, it's just alphabetized. You'll see accounting's at the top, and it's mixed in with other majors from other schools like the arts and sciences, education, and social work. So by clicking on the major itself, that will take you back to the department page. So we did a tour of this already. But the icon to the right, this is new. So let me show you that. If you click on the little map icon to the right, you're taken to what we call the academic roadmap. This is an advising guide for the major. So if you want quick at a glance, what are the requirements for, say, the accounting major? Page 1 contains a checklist of required courses for the major. There's a combination of courses within the major, so accounting courses, as well as requirements for the major offered outside of that particular program. So we call them cognates. There's cognates that are outside the School of Business, such as a workplace writing course, a couple of math courses, as well as cognates within the School of Business, so computers course, econ, finance. Most of the School of Business, so across accounting, management, marketing, econ, finance, healthcare administration, most of them have the same foundational courses. So these courses, academic major checklist starting here to the left, most programs require the same intro packet or foundations packet of courses, as I call them, a computers course for business, micro and macroeconomics, financial management, intro to management and marketing, and accounting, financial accounting. Most of the School of Business majors require these courses. So what that means, if you come into RIC as an accounting major and you're transferring in some courses, you're taking some other courses still in this side of the checklist, and you decide that you really like econ better. Right? You took your macro and your micro, you really like those better than, say, your financial accounting. You can make the switch to economics to make the switch to that major, and it won't be any wasted time or anything like that. It's really easy to make the switch between School of Business majors because there's so much overlap. With that said, you can also double major quite easily, as well as major and minor, so switch up those programs. Again, these are conversations that the faculty at Rhode Island College are super willing to have with you. So they'll talk to you about the finer details of majoring, minoring, double majoring. If you want more of an idea of what to take when, the additional pages in the roadmap, so pages 2 to 4, will provide you a semester by semester breakdown. This is most useful if you are coming into us either with fewer than 24 credits or just around that 20, 30 credit mark. Because this is a guide that was built for, say, incoming first-year students starting fresh right from the beginning. So semester 1, you'll see there are particularly freshman requirements listed, RIC 100, first-year seminar. If you're a transfer student, you have 24 credits, you don't need these 2 courses. So this is a guide that will tell you order of classes, so the best order to take courses in, as well as provide you information on the right about certain milestones. So say by end of semester 3, you should aim for 45 credits. You should start making an appointment with an advisor at this date. If you are a transfer student, say with 40 to 60 transfer credits, your timeline is going to look a little different. So these are suggested guidelines. They're for informational and planning purposes, but it's not required that you take things in this order necessarily. You can mix and match some things. All depends on the prerequisites. Okay, so make sure you have the prerequisites so you can take these courses, and you'll find out those prereqs on the right-hand side here. But you will supplement this advising guide by appointments with your academic advisor at the college. So additional information, you always have that kind of human checkpoint at RIC. You can do some information digging on your own and go back and talk to a real live human being for second opinions. So, brief recap, accessing information on academic programs at Rhode Island College. You can click on the Current Students tab, Academic Advising for students, list of department chairs and program directors for an at-a-glance view of contact information for departments, as well as access to department web pages, or under the Future Students tab, Academic Programs, Majors and Programs will give you the alphabetized list with links to the department website, as well as the academic roadmaps. And the Future Students tab is also very useful for a general overview of resources and other things available to Rhode Island College students. So much more information is available on the website in addition to academic program information. So I would encourage you to take a look, cast a wider net, thinking about ways to get involved in campus, campus tours, and other information you may find useful in making your decision, not only for program selection, but thinking about making the transition to Rhode Island College.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you, Lucy, as well. Just want to wrap us up quickly with just some information about this and all of our virtual Pathway events. Once they have concluded, you will find recordings of all of our live sessions on the same webpage through which you connected with this session. You can learn more about the academic and career paths at www.ccri.edu/pathways. And I'd also like to encourage everyone to join us at the virtual job fair, which will be hosted on Handshake through CCRI. That is Thursday, November 12th at 10 o'clock in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. And you can access Handshake right from the Virtual Pathdays webpage as well. So